Parents, I want to talk to you about something that many of us were taught to believe as parents and as children ourselves, that children need to fear adults in order to become disciplined. Maybe you have heard the phrases like, children should fear their parents. A little fear is good. If children don't fear consequences, they'll never learn. And many of us have actually seen fear work. The child stops hitting, stops arguing, becomes quiet, compliant. And because the behavior stops, we assume that learning has happened. But are stopping a behavior and learning the same thing? Because fear changes behavior temporarily, but it does very little to develop the inner capacities that we actually want our children to develop. And perhaps even more importantly, what if fear creates an entirely new set of fear-based behaviors that follow our children into adulthood? Today, I want to explore this through neuroscience, developmental psychology, and wisdom traditions of Sanatana Dharma. Because when we understand what fear actually does to the brain, we begin to see why true discipline cannot be built on fear. Let's begin by acknowledging something important. Fear does work, at least in the short term. If a child fears punishment, they may stop the behavior immediately. And that is exactly why fear-based parenting has survived for so many generations, because it produces results. But as parents, we have to ask ourselves a deeper question. What exactly is the child learning through fear? Are they learning self-regulation? Are they learning responsibility? Are they learning empathy? Or are they simply learning how to avoid fear? Because parenting is not just about stopping behavior. Parenting is much more than that. It is about cultivating a human being. Let's look at it through a couple of scenarios. First, fear-based discipline. Imagine a toddler hits another child during play. The parent immediately reacts and yells, "No, don't do that." Or perhaps they swat the child's hand. The child freezes. The hitting stops. And in that moment, it appears that discipline worked. But what is happening inside the brain of the child? When the child experiences the fear, the brain shifts into survival mode. The amygdala, the brain's alarm system, becomes highly active. And the parts of the brain involved in reflection, reasoning, and learning becomes less accessible. The child may enter a fight, flight, or freeze response. In this situation, the child freezes. And freeze can look remarkably similar to discipline. The child becomes quiet. They stop the behavior. They appear compliant, but they're not necessarily learning. Because in that moment, the child's brain is not asking, "Why shouldn't I hit?" or "What could I do differently next time?" Instead, the brain is asking, "How do I stay safe?" The child learns one lesson very well here. Bigger people use fear and force to get others to do what they want. The behavior stopped, but awareness did not develop. Let's look at it from awareness-based discipline. Now imagine the same situation differently. The toddler hits another child. The parent immediately intervenes and says, "I can't let you hit. Hitting hurts." The parent removes the child from the situation, sits quietly with the child until he calms down, and then says, "You were angry. It's okay to feel angry, but you cannot hurt people when they are angry. Let's think about what we can do next time." Later, the parent encourages the child to repair the relationship, perhaps by going and saying sorry or checking on their friend. Notice that the parent still held a boundary. Behavior was not permitted, but something very different happened. The child learned that emotions can be managed, actions have consequences, relationships can be repaired, and difficult feelings can be handled without hurting other kids. The child was in control, the child was guided. The result is discipline. Many parents say, but fear works. Yes, it does. The child stopped. But stopping behavior and transforming behavior are not the same thing. Fear often creates avoidance. The child learns, don't get caught, don't make mistakes, avoid punishment, avoid disapproval. And these lessons don't disappear when childhood ends. They become habits of the mind. And what happens when the child grows up? This is the question we rarely ask. What happens when children raised primarily through fear become adults? Many become adults who are afraid of making mistakes. This is what research shows. They struggle with analysis paralysis. They avoid making decisions because they fear being wrong. Some become chronic people pleasers. They don't trust their own judgment. They constantly seek external approval. Others struggle to take initiative. They do exactly what they're told but no more because initiative feels dangerous. Failure makes them feel unsafe. Mistakes feel threatening. And many adults continue waiting for someone to tell them what is right and what is wrong and what they should do. Because fear doesn't teach self-discipline. Fear teaches them dependence on external correction. The wisdom of Sanatana Dharma has understood something profound for thousands of years. Human growth does not happen through fear. It happens through awareness. The goal of life is not blind obedience. The goal is awakening. It is developing the capacity to observe ourselves, to understand our thoughts and emotions, to understand the consequences of our actions. In the Dharmic traditions, this capacity is called viveka or discernment, the ability to pause, to reflect, to distinguish between what is helpful and what is harmful, to choose consciously rather than react impulsively. This is why Krishna in Bhagavad Gita does not teach Arjuna through fear. Krishna does not threaten him. He does not shame him. He does not demand blind obedience. He helps Arjuna develop awareness. He helps him to understand himself. And from that understanding, right action naturally emerges. This is true discipline. As parents, we have to ask ourselves, do I want my child to avoid getting caught? Or do I want my child to understand what their actions matter or why their actions matter? Do I want my child to behave because they fear punishment? Or do I want them to develop conscience? Because one day we will not be there. We will not be there to correct them. We will not be there to monitor them. So what will remain? Will they have fear? Will they have awareness? Will they wait for someone else to tell them what to do? Or will they have developed an inner compass? Because fear creates compliance, but awareness creates conscience. And conscience is what allows a human being to live in alignment with their dharma. That perhaps is the deepest form of discipline we can ever offer our children. Hi, I'm Dr. Vasantha Reddi, founder of Svadharma Circles, where we integrate neuroscience, developmental psychology, and the wisdom of Sanatana Dharma to help parents understand not only their child's inner world, but their own inner world as well. Follow Svadharma Circles for more parenting insights.